Hello guys, welcome to the quick unboxing video of the Blaster Caliburn. So I just got from the post office, and first, before I'm going to show you inside, I want to point out a small detail. Here you can see the package says bracket and $15 of value, which means that I didn't pay any additional taxes or any additional fees, which was nice. That it worked that way. All right. So first of all, this looks like a pretty substantial manual. And I'm going to go through that later. There's also a parts list. Looks like it also has dimensions, which is nice. Alright, let's set that aside for now. Let's see. Alright. This feels like a solid amount of weight. So springs, gaskets, O-rings, screws. Looks like the foam insert. It's in the shape of what looks like a swordfish. It's a nice touch. Foam blaster. Alright. These look to at least mimic carbon fiber look. And though I doubt that it is actual carbon fiber, it looks like it just shines that way, but these rods look quite nice. Alright, this is the main spring. Seems like it comes with only one. This looks like the plunger tube. Ooh, these are some solid metal parts. These seem great. All right, second foam blaster. Now I can dual wield. All right, seems like that's all of the hardware, and we're going to the 3D printed parts. Oh, those are all in one bag. So let's set it aside the box. Now, open the bag. Just holding the camera in my hand, so sorry if it's shaky or something. Looks like the top rail. As you can see, perhaps not on the camera, but you can definitely see that these are 3D printed parts, but they seem to be clean, nice finish. Alright. Looks like the magwell has the work logo on it, and Caliburn on the other side. No, it's that. Well, we'll see that later. All right. Smaller parts. Alright, this is a printed plunger tube. Plunger. This is one of the most stressed parts, so we'll see how it holds up. It's what the tooth and nail kit is for, but we'll see over time. Alright. For grip, handle, so that seems all of the 3D printed parts. Now I have a 3D printer, Prusa Mark III, and I already printed some parts. So I'll take them out and I'll compare, and we'll see about the print quality. I have the printer relatively new, so I am not super experienced printer, and I haven't yet looked at any of the assembly of the Caliburn or anything like that. I just printed the parts as they one after the other as they go in the folder. And I'll unpack only the parts from Worker, which I already printed, so we can compare. All right. So the settings I use for my parts, it's 0.2 millimeter layer height, 10% infill. So really quick and dirty. These are mostly for testing and for initial assembly to get it done and see what works, what doesn't work. And you can see I didn't have the first layer properly set for some of the prints. Fix that in the meantime. I'm really excited for this Worker Caliburn. I have looked into ordering Caliburn from Captain Slug before, but the shipping from America across the ocean always proved a bit too high of cost. Here you can see around this circle there's a bit of a gap, whereas on my part there isn't. So that's a detail I can see. Alright. Let's see. I can print this one. Yeah, so the shipping from China is much lower. Yeah, I should preface this. I'm from the Czech Republic. So not from America or anywhere like that. And so far, I haven't found out or did many wars or many play with Nerf guns, but I do have quite a few of them, and I like to mod them mostly by myself with the help of some mod guides. I am active mostly in the Drax Patreon Discord. Alright, I don't think... No, I didn't print these cylinders, but let's keep that in still. I definitely did print the handle. As you can see, some of the smaller parts are in bags. The bigger ones are in bubble wrap. I think that's really a significant difference, but it doesn't seem like anything got damaged in shipping. Alright. That's a really clean finish. You can see some stepping. Yeah, and I work at Prusa Research, and I make Prusament, the Prusa filament, and one part of Prusa Research is Prusa Lab, which is our makerspace, and I slowly, but hopefully surely, am starting a NERF community in Prague mainly. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, this one is without the logo. Here we go. And this worker Caliburn is a great boon to me because the hardware is metric, which is another problem that I deal with because most of the mod guides and homemade blasters are American, and they use American hardware, which is complete different sizes and everything, of course. Well, I don't know if completely different and stuff. I am not well versed. I am not a studied engineer. I'm a hobbyist. Oh, so this is a different part. Oh, let's compare that later then. But yeah, which means that makes the local sourcing of parts difficult. So what I'm hoping is that because this Caliburn has metric hardware, which is documented in the thing in the list, that I'll be able to locally source. Oh goodness. To locally source the parts needed. So I could start hopefully workshops where the public would be able to print Caliburns at the makerspace and make them, and so that could start a serious club around NERF. NERF has a community in Czech Republic. It has a pretty good YouTube channel in Czech as well, but it's so far it's mostly focused on children. There is a competitive league for children, and arenas and stuff like that. But as far as I have seen, there's no organized modding scene in NERF that would be on Facebook or anywhere publicly like that. Yeah, this is also a messed up first layer. Well, what I can say that my print at I think 10% infill is considerably lighter than this one. You can really feel it. I don't have a scale nearby, I think, but yeah, this is I might say twice as heavy. So I think the infill is solid on these parts. Maybe I use 20% infill, I'm not sure. But anyways, much heavier. So yeah, Caliburn group in Czech, and not only Caliburn, but also other modding. Well, right away I can also tell that this plunger is lower quality than the one I just printed. This is a plunger that I printed tonight, and it's PETG, and it's 100% infill. So hopefully it should last some time, and it's also noticeably heavier than the work one, which also doesn't have a good finish on the front, on the plunger head. So we'll see how that will last. Maybe I'll even use mine from the very start, but we'll see about that. So yeah, I'm putting high hopes in this worker Caliburn, and I hope this can help start a serious community here in Czech around NERF. There are some adult communities that would play NERF. Here's the comparison. Mine and worker. Yeah. Also, all of my parts are printed from Prusa filament. Yeah. Again, the worker part is heavier than the Prusa, than mine. I am going to hopefully live stream or at least make a video of the build, and but I don't know if I'll make it in Czech or English, because I want to make it for the makerspace, and makerspace is obviously Czech, as it does have English visitors, but it's primarily Czech. So I'll check with the managers there, and we'll see what's gonna work better. I am going to be aiming with the workshops on all ages, at least initially, till we start seeing what works and what doesn't. So I would very much like to include children, because I have had experiences working with children. I like it. So I'm not barring children, but there are already resources for children playing, and I would like to have a more serious and performance oriented NERF community, and mainly modding community, because I do like to mod, and mainly I like to take the blasters apart and see how they work inside. Let's see. No, I didn't print this one. Let's save it as well. In Czech Republic, we have a very substantial airsoft community. I recently bought my first AEG electric airsoft gun, and I found out that the system is basically Stampede sort of system. So it's a spring and plunger tube, but it's electrically actuated. All right, that's the number that designates that it's a 3D printed part for NERF from, and I got these from got the worker Caliburn from an Upstrike. All right. Here's a comparison again. Yeah, so rating is split, I guess. Oh no, the Caliburn is on both sides on the printed one. Fine. What else? Doesn't print this one. one. Yeah, so there is a potential for modding crossover between Airsoft and NERF, and they do share some parts, so maybe that angle could be useful. Also, there are LARPs in Czech Republic. There's a extensive and well-developed LARPing community in Czech. And in Europe in general. So, and I have been on some LARPs which used Orca 1 has a hole. I wonder if that's a version or a safety measure. So yeah, so the LARPing community uses NERF. Yeah, I didn't print a nail yet either. Yep. Oh, this is the stripe mic release I printed. Wondered where this one was. Alright. And one plate which I printed is not among the Caliburn parts. I know that there are some versions to the parts, so that's nothing against Worker. Yeah, and also printed this part without the logos because I like print all the versions. I print everything, even if something might be duplicitous, and I have many different colors of filaments, so I'll be experimenting in printing in other filaments. But for now, I use the silver one because it's the one I have the most, which is the most abundant. It's the basic color with which comes with the Prusa printers when you take them open them up. So that means that we also produce it the most. That's why I have most of it. Alright, now let's take a look at some of the hardware. I'm not gonna unpack it completely because I'm not gonna build right now. I just want to show the parts close up first. Yeah, and I'll see if the stream is gonna be today or tomorrow, or but I want to stream to do it ASAP. So definitely this week. I'm practically decided that I'm going to be attending the not FoamCon, that's with Endward, Foam Fest in the UK. That's coming up rather soonish. So maybe I'll see some of you there if this video reaches anybody. We'll see. It's a long and rambly video, but maybe if I'm like fast enough with the look, maybe this has the potential to reach people. I am in the works for a more substantial YouTube channel and streaming, but that takes a lot of time, patience, ability, and all that jazz. And I do a lot of things. So, and I go to work. So I am doing this video after my night shift. So That's maybe why I'm a bit down low. But yeah, the hardware seems solid. Not an expert on that kind of stuff, but I don't see anything wrong with the hardware. And well, the parts have a solid weight to them. They have a couple of printing artifacts, but I didn't see anything too terribly bad. See about a spring. I have some additional springs in the makerspace, which I'm trying with blasters. So I'm probably gonna try other springs besides the one that came with the Caliburn to test the hot swap feature, stuff like that. Yeah, I already hosted some wards at mostly at cons and events like that. But like smaller scale to see if I can do it. I think I can, and I'm quite invested in growing the community in Czech and yeah, we'll see how that goes. What I'm planning is to have a NERF booth at the second year of Prague Maker Fair. Last year was very successful. 10,000 people attended, and I'm quite looking forward to this year. And maybe there's a slight possibility that at the venue there I might organize a NERF war, because there's last time there was an additional one. The first day of preparations was with preparing just one thing, a giant air vortex cannon, which was awesome and took a lot of preparation. But so maybe that day, which is extra, could be used for a war at the venue, which is amazing. It's from the 19th century. Never mind. Well, so hopefully by Maker Faire I won't have only a stall, but also some other people to join me and do fun with Nerf guns. All right, I'll quickly go through the manual so that you can pause the video and look at it yourself and pause. I don't know how readable the stuff will be on this camera. It's a new camera, so I don't know how well it performs in this kinds of situations, but hopefully it should be enough to give you an idea of how good a worker is with the Caliburn. Oh wait, I skipped. I haven't seen Captain Slug's official instructions, so I don't know if it's verbatim off of him. But the hardware is different, so the the names are in millimeters, and also they added presumably Chinese translation. So maybe it's these are other kinds of instructions. Yeah, other projects that I want to do in cooperation with the makerspace are one is they want to make an open source 3D printed robot, and I think it would be quite cool if I could build an FDL for the robot, so it can shoot people and do something with darts, of course, and have some kind of action, either like sliding from behind his shoulder, or from a compartment on his body, or something like that. I think that it should be relatively easy to program the FDL for that kind of stuff, since it does have computer powering it. And also there's another makerspace in the city which makes small driving robots or cars. They're not robots yet. They are RC cars, basically. Very simple. And they put a balloon on their back, and they have a nail on the front, and you try to drive your robot into the balloons of the others and stay the last one who doesn't have his balloon popped. It's quite fun, and they are aiming for different modules to be easily slotted in on top of the cars. They have acrylic plates on the top, and so I thought that one of the modules could be a jolt that could be remotely triggered. They do workshops for these RC cars. Alright, these are some warnings. So it could be a good thing for their makerspace to do and workshop. They are focused on electronics, so that would be, I'd say, a good entry point electronic thing for them to workshop. so people can shoot from RC cars. So those are into works. I also have, oh wait, what was it called? X-shot blaster currently disassembled. It's the long-barreled two-shot, one of the new ones. And right now I'm trying to figure out how to make it shoot 2 darts at a time, not 1 dart at a time, because it's in my the blaster is enormously fun to play around with, but it's kind of silly to have a smart AR type of system for 2 darts. Alright, that seems like the whole booklet. So it's an overview on all of the worker parts and my 3D printed parts on my messy table. Don't forget the foam blasters. And these are all the ones that I haven't printed yet. Lots of parts. Lots and lots of parts. Hopefully I can source all of the hardware locally and build more Caliburn's in the future. Really, really hope that won't be super difficult or anything. But once I have that stuff figured out, I think there might be a good time going forward. Oh. Anything else? I forgot to... Oh yeah, the X-shot blaster. Yeah, I want to shoot 2 at a time. The X-shot has interesting system, a mechanical system, which is not a smart AR. Basically, there's a plate with 2 holes. So imagine 1 hole, 2 hole, which is in front of two openings in the plunger tube, and it just slides down and up and down, and it alternates between the 2 holes. So this system would have to wouldn't work as it is with more darts. And it just alternates, and that's how it shoots from the one barrel to the other barrel every time.